Before you pack your boxes for Spartanburg, you need to hear these 5 unexpected realities of moving here. Are you planning a move to Spartanburg, South Carolina? I'm a local realtor here who's helped many families relocate to the Upstate. I want you to be fully prepared. I'm Elizabeth McCarthy, brokered by eXp Realty. Today, I'm uncovering 5 hidden challenges of moving to Spartanburg that nobody talks about. Some may surprise you, but knowing them up front will save you stress and help you adjust quickly. Also, I've put together a free relocation guide for you. It is linked in the description below. All right, let's jump into the truth about Spartanburg beyond the brochures. Here are the 5 hidden challenges. If you are coming from a big city with subways or extensive bus routes, this might be a shock. Spartanburg is car dependent. While Spartanburg does have a bus system, the routes and frequencies are limited. Most locals will tell you that getting around is easiest by car. Rideshare services like Uber operate here, but using them daily isn't exactly practical for most. So one of the hidden challenges is that if you move here without a vehicle, you'll likely feel stranded or at least inconvenienced. Distances can be deceiving. Something might be 5 miles away, but there's no sidewalk, there's no safe bike lane, sparse bus service. Those 5 miles can feel impossible. Bottom line is plan to have a car or at least budget for one. And if you already own a car, be ready for plenty of driving. Whether it's that daily commute, grocery runs, or taking the kids to activities. The good news, traffic in Spartanburg isn't terrible compared to bigger cities, but you will have to put some miles on the odometer. This affects your lifestyle from where you choose to live. Maybe you want to be closer to work or school, cut down on that drive time, but budgeting for gas and car maintenance, also a big deal to consider. Many newcomers don't realize this at first, and they're caught off guard by how much driving they end up doing. Let's talk about the next challenge. Spartanburg's climate can be both a blessing and a curse. Yes, you have those mild winters, maybe an occasional snow here and there, which is great. The flip side is the summer heat and humidity. It can be intense. The good news is that typically doesn't last for a long period of time. Sometimes you can see temperatures in the 90 degrees, maybe with high humidity. It kind of makes the air feel thick. If you're not used to that southeast muggy summer, it could be a challenge. Of course, that discomfort means that maybe you might have higher cooling bills because you will run your AC a lot. And we need to talk about pollen. Come spring, Spartanburg is beautiful, the trees, the flowers, but everything gets coated in a layer of yellow-green pollen. Allergy sufferers, be ready. The Upstate's spring pollen is no joke. It's one of the hidden challenges that locals know. They'll be washing yellow dust off their cars in April, but if you have allergies, moving here means you might need to stock up on or invest in a good air purifier for your home. Pollen season is temporary, but it can be intense. On the bright side, all that green really does mean that we have gorgeous foliage and nature, and it's a trade-off for living in such a lush area. So budget for those higher utility bills in the summer and maybe a ceiling fan or a dehumidifier for comfort. You might have heard that Spartanburg's economy is growing. That is true. The big companies like BMW, Milliken, and Denny's have a presence here, and that area's job market includes manufacturing, healthcare, education, and more. However, a hidden challenge for newcomers can be that of outside or those major employers. The local job market can feel limited depending on your field. Spartanburg isn't a huge metropolis, so if your profession is very niche opportunities than you expected, you might end up commuting to Greenville or Charlotte for a different job. Another aspect to think about, wages here tend to be lower than the national average. The cost of living is also lower, but it can be an adjustment if you're moving from a higher paying region. To put a number on it, the median household income in Spartanburg County is around $55,000, which is less than the US median. The key is that overall cost of living is cheaper, and it often balances out when you have a plan for it. Research the specific industry you work in. If you're in healthcare or automotive manufacturing, Spartanburg might actually offer great opportunities. If you're in tech or finance, you might be looking more towards Greenville or remote work options. Networking is also a very important part to this community. Often jobs are found through those who you know, not just on the job boards. The good news, Spartanburg's economy is on the rise and unemployment is low. So while incomes are lower, you might find a more stable job base. Just know that depending on your job, you may have to travel or you might not be able to get that big city salary here. Here's an interesting quirk. Spartanburg is a city, but it's not sprawling urban center. The downtown Spartanburg area has been revitalizing. There are cool restaurants, breweries, the Chapman Cultural Center, and tons of events. But it's still relatively small and quiet, especially on weekdays or off season. Many folks moving here expect more of that big city amenities, nightlife, and find that Spartanburg's vibe is much more small town relaxed. This might be a challenge if you're someone who craves that bustling social scene every night. Bars close earlier, nightlife is limited, but there might be many live music events, but not a club scene. Also, Spartanburg County is geographically large and quite rural in many parts. If you move to a suburban neighborhood on the west side versus a rural community 15 minutes out of town, your experience will differ. In more rural parts, you might have to drive farther for a supermarket or might not have high-speed internet readily available. Even within city limits, public amenities like big shopping centers or certain specialty services might require a drive to Greenville. This urban-rural divide is something newcomers don't always realize. One street can feel like city life, and a few miles over feels like farm country. The hidden challenge is balancing what you want. If you desire walkability and events, aim to live closer to downtown or in one of those few urban-style developments. If you love peace and quiet, you'll get that easily, but know that you might be driving about 30 minutes for certain outings. And depending on where you are, the great thing also is that Greenville is only 30 minutes away and Asheville is close to about an hour away. So there's other bigger city options and amenities accessible for day trips. If you're moving with kids, you might not discover this challenge until you're in the thick of it. Spartanburg County has multiple school districts. There are 7 of them. Unlike some areas that have one unified county school district system, Spartanburg County is split into districts 1 through 7. This can be very confusing for newcomers. You might hear Spartanburg schools are great, and then in fact, some of the Spartanburg districts rank among the top in the state. For instance, Spartanburg District 6 is highly rated on niche.com, but others are more average. It's critical to understand which district your new home falls in. Two homes 10 minutes apart could be in two completely different school systems. So the hidden challenge is really doing your homework on the schools. It's not impossible. The information is available, but no one really tells you this until you're already house shopping. For instance, District 7 covers most of the city of Spartanburg. District 6 covers areas of the Southwest. Each has its own school and feeder middle elementary school. One district might have a calendar or program slightly different from another. And on top of that, Spartanburg has some magnet schools, charter schools, but availability on those might be limited. Every place has its quirks, its challenges. To recap, the hidden ones here are needing a car to get anywhere, handling that southern summer heat, understanding the job market, and navigating the school districts. If you move mid-year, you'll need to navigate enrolling in the correct school district and possibly providing proof of residence at the district office. If your child has a special needs or special interest, you'll want to pinpoint which district or school has that available. It might mean being strategic about where you want to live. The challenge is that unlike a smaller city with one central school system, Spartanburg's patchwork of districts can be an extra layer of research for parents. But don't let this scare you. Overall, Spartanburg County does have great education options. Some schools here have won Blue Ribbon Awards and have strong test scores, but it's not a one-size-fits-all. So you need to be proactive to ensure your kids land in the right spot. Now that you know these 5 realities, you can take steps to mitigate them. You can plan your home location wisely and prepare for the climate, network those jobs, and research those schools. I am here to help you with all of that. Spartanburg is generally a great place to live. People are moving here in droves for that reason. But being aware of those challenges really does help put you in a better position. Like every place, it's got its quirks, its challenges. And to recap, the hidden ones here are needing to get a car, handling that summer heat, understanding the job market, and maybe embracing a slower pace of life. And remember, many of these challenges have flip sides to the positive. No public transit means less congestion. Hot summers means long, pleasant springs and fall seasons. And a quieter city means close-knit community feel. And multiple school districts mean you have choices to find that perfect fit. I'm here to help if you need me. I'm Elizabeth McCarthy, brokered by eXp Realty. Book that free consultation and let's get you started on making that better life. The right info and the right support, Spartanburg can absolutely feel like home.